Hi everyone, I'm Allison Smith. We are so happy to have you here with us from the Energycast studios in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Let's take a look at August's top stories. Oak Ridge is at the center of the nation's nuclear resurgence. A record crowd gathered in Knoxville for the Nuclear Opportunities Workshop, with Assistant Secretary Tim Walsh joining the conversation. We'll show you how Oak Ridge is becoming an American energy hub. And a lot can happen in less than a year. Just look at Triso-X's nuclear fuel campus. The first facility is out of the ground and the company is already planning what comes next. Find out how big this campus could get. Plus, demolition is underway on Isotope Row. One building is down, but crews have a lot more work ahead. We'll show you what's next in one of ORNL's most challenging cleanup areas. And if you're interested in stories like these that take you inside Oak Ridge, give this video a like and hit subscribe so you never miss an update. Now on to our top story. The nuclear resurgence is taking shape right here in East Tennessee. Government and industry leaders from around the globe gathered in Knoxville to talk about what's next for nuclear. Oak Ridge is offering a real-world example of what the Department of Energy's American Energy Hubs initiative can do.
The nuclear industry is growing, and Oak Ridge is positioning itself at the center of that growth.
We know that we are and have historically been a leader in nuclear energy, but we are now becoming the global epicenter for the new nuclear renaissance.
The question now is, how do you turn that momentum into new projects and new jobs?
If there's any community that knows how to lead in this and do so safely and effectively and with community engagement, it's Oak Ridge.
Assistant Secretary Tim Walsh brought a national perspective to the conversation at the East Tennessee Economic Council's Nuclear Opportunities Workshop. He says the answer starts with something every community needs.
We need to have affordable, reliable, and abundant energy for all Americans, and that really leads to better quality of life across America and enables so much more.
The Department of Energy is working toward that goal by putting federal land back to work through the American Energy Hubs initiative, opening former Manhattan Project and Cold War sites to private investment after years of cleanup.
We see dozens of companies making investments here that total in the billions of dollars of capital, but most importantly, what they're doing is creating jobs for Tennesseans.
In Oak Ridge, more than 2,500 acres of federal land have been transferred back to the community for economic development. The businesses moving in have announced $10 billion in projected capital investment and thousands of private sector jobs. Among them are companies that represent the complete nuclear life cycle, including enrichment, reactor design, power generation, and fuel recycling.
If there's anybody that can innovate and can manage processes of the future, it's Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
State and federal support is helping accelerate the cleanup and open more land for private development.
We're moving with a sense of urgency. We have great congressional leaders like Congressman Fleischman that are appropriating dollars to accelerate those cleanup missions, and then partnering with our great contractors and private industry, we're actually allowing us to accelerate even faster.
One of the companies helping build that nuclear future is already investing in its next phase of growth. Triso-X is building a new nuclear fuel campus at the Horizon Center in Oak Ridge, with the first facility now vertical. We were on site this month to see the progress and what's next. Triso-X is building the next generation of nuclear fuel right here in Oak Ridge.
It's been absolutely incredible to actually see this building coming up out of the ground.
Crews are now building out the interior of the 215,000 square foot facility, known as TX1. It will house a single production line, initially producing 5 metric tons of fuel each year for advanced reactor projects.
We're the first facility to ever receive a Category 2 nuclear license by the NRC, and the first NRC licensed fuel production facilities in over 50 years.
TX1 isn't even finished yet, but Triso-X is already planning for what comes next.
So in order for this next generation of nuclear reactor to be built and fueled, we really need to have investments in development across the entire nuclear fuel supply chain. Fuel production is one piece of that.
The Tennessee Nuclear Energy Fund awarded Triso-X $11 million to support its expansion. The company also recently acquired 70 acres next to its nuclear fuel campus. The next phase of its operations includes a second commercial fuel facility, a research and development center, and more than 1,000 new jobs.
TX2 will have 2 production lines, which will produce actually 4 times the output of TX1 and be twice as large as TX1. And we're making great progress at our new facility, TXL, which will be our research and development laboratory just right down the road.
TXL is in the early stages of site preparation. The lab will build on Triso-X's work with Oak Ridge National Laboratory, helping move the fuel from research toward commercial production. Together, the 3 facilities are designed to give Triso-X the capacity to research, develop, and manufacture triso fuel in the U.S.
We can see that nuclear renaissance is being built today right here by Triso-X and X Energy. I couldn't be more happy and more proud to be part of this team who's bringing the nuclear renaissance into reality.
TX1 is on track to begin production in the first half of 2028. The fuel will go to X Energy and other customers, adding another piece to the domestic nuclear fuel supply chain as demand grows. Meanwhile, construction is moving quickly on Radiant's new nuclear production facility at the Heritage Center. Radiant is building the facility to mass produce its Kaleidos portable microreactor, and they're moving fast. In just a matter of months, crews have completed site prep, poured the foundation, and built the frame of the first building. This month, they hit another milestone, raising the final beam on the future fuel facility, part of the larger R50 factory. The facility will eventually manufacture the portable reactor designed to provide power for military bases, to remote locations, to data centers.
This facility will allow us to fuel the commercial reactors. So we're fueling the prototype at the Idaho National Lab. This will be where we fuel the commercial reactors, and then eventually we're going to transition all of our capabilities to Oak Ridge. So we'll build here, we'll fuel here, and deploy to a customer so that the customer only has to worry about a reactor delivery and not a big construction project.
Radiant says construction is on track to be completed by early next year, with the first Kaleidos reactor expected to be delivered by 2028. The long-term goal is to scale production to as many as 50 reactors a year.
Demolition is the time for our operators to come to the site, pull out the big yellow iron and start chipping away at these legacy facilities.
The skyline at Oak Ridge National Laboratory is changing. Demolition is in full swing on Isotope Row, one of the highest risk cleanup areas at the lab. This group of 10 buildings supported isotope production and research for several decades. Now it's being cleared to open space crucial for future scientific missions. Demolition started with Building 3036, known as the former Isotope Area Storage and Service Building. The crews are working late in the afternoon to avoid impacting nearby operations at the lab. And reaching this stage took years of hard work. Crews had to carefully remove radiological and industrial hazards to reach this point safely.
Again, a lot of contamination and dose affiliated with this project. We've got hot cells and glove boxes in there that they've had to deal with. Just the techniques that they've developed over time, the training that they've acquired, and just the execution has been phenomenal. No injuries, no loss of contamination, and the end result is a great product, which is what you see today. We're ready to start demo.
Isotope Row is expected to be fully demolished by the end of the year. Isotek recently installed a new lab that is playing an important role in cleanup and life-saving research. This new analytical lab will support the highest priority cleanup project at ORNL, and it's speeding up the delivery of material to the pharmaceutical industry to advance cancer treatment research. Isotek is working to eliminate the nation's inventory of uranium-233, having already disposed of 75% of it. The new lab will help with the challenging work that remains by providing in-house capabilities to analyze processed material, leading to faster shipments for out-of-state disposal. Isotek's president and project manager says it's an investment that will pay off for decades.
By doing all the renovation work that we've done, we have brought this building back to its original purpose. It gives DOE another analytical lab on site that they can use after the U-233 mission. It is going to be a tremendous asset to Oak Ridge National Lab and to EM.
Isotek's work extends beyond cleanup. They're also extracting medical isotopes from the uranium-233 through a partnership with TerraPower.
Over the last few years, this team has shown what's possible. This team has combined deep technical expertise with a strong public-private partnership. This team has taken a challenging, one-of-a-kind mission and turned it into a reliable, high-quality production that the rest of the world is starting to depend on.
TerraPower uses those isotopes to power promising treatments known as targeted alpha therapy. The treatment aims to destroy cancer cells while minimizing damage to surrounding healthy cells. The new lab allows for quicker sample analysis and delivery to TerraPower, reducing wait times from 4 months to just 2 weeks.
A lot of the samples that we take, we're in a hold point until we get those results back. We can't ship it out to our customer until we know that it meets specification, for example. So by being able to reduce the turnaround times on sample results, we'll be able to get the product to our customer, and we'll be able to keep our process moving at a continuous pace.
Through Isotek's efforts, the world's supply of the rare medical isotopes has increased by almost 2,000%. TerraPower says the first cancer treatments using this material could hit the market as early as 2028. And before we go, be sure to connect with us on our socials. You can follow EM News on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and X for updates between episodes. Thank you so much for joining us. New episodes drop the last Wednesday of every month. Until then, you can catch up on past stories or share this one right here on our YouTube channel. We'll see you next month from the Energycast studio in Oak Ridge.